The cameras flashed, but the crowd didn't cheer. They froze.
Picture the scene.
It is Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. A brisk, biting winter day in Manhattan. We aren't on a red carpet in LA.
No premiere in London.
We are in the gritty, everyday reality of the New York City subway system. A figure steps onto the train.
He's wearing a blue sweater and tight black leather pants.
But it's not the fashion that stops the commuters in their tracks. It's the bundle strapped to his chest. A baby tucked securely into a papoose.
And just like that, without a press release, without a publicist, without even an Instagram post, a former teen idol has quietly dropped a bombshell.
A bombshell that isn't just a baby. It's a calculated, silent rebrand.
It is the sudden, shocking fatherhood of Ansel Elgort.
Welcome to StarScope Report. I'm Jordan, the one who lives for the drama and the details.
And I'm Jamie, here to help you read between the lines and connect the dots.
Join us as we uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and the stories behind the fame.
Today, we are not just looking at a celebrity sighting. We're looking at a huge stack of sources that tell a much bigger story about fame, redemption, and, well, the currency of silence.
We have a massive stack. We're pulling details from exclusive photos by TMZ and Backgrid, confirmation reports from People magazine,
Relationship timelines from Bollywood shawties and Hollywood Life, and some deep biographical cuts from Town and Country.
but the document that really anchors this whole thing is an analytical report called The Institutionalization of Privacy.
And that report is so key, because today's mission isn't just to gossip about a cute baby in a fuzzy hoodie.
Although, spoiler alert, the baby is absolutely adorable.
Totally. Our mission is to analyze this massive celebrity pivot. We are looking at a star who went from that high school sweetheart oversharing era
And a career-threatening controversy.
to total radio silence and a secret family. It's the trajectory from everywhere to nowhere to dad.
And it brings up that headline that's been making the rounds online. His career died. Now he has a baby.
It's a brutal headline. His career died.
So let's start with the event itself to see if that's actually true or if maybe something else is happening. This debut wasn't some, Vanity Fair spread. This was the F train.
Exactly. Let's break down the visuals, because in celebrity culture, nothing is accidental. It's January 13th. Ansel's spotted running errands.
He looks pretty relaxed.
He does. He's got the black leather trousers, boots tucked in, that blue and white knit sweater. But the accessory of the year is that newborn strapped to his chest.
The reports say the baby was in a cozy gray fuzzy hoodie. But what really jumped out at me from the photos wasn't just the baby. It was the entourage.
Or the lack of one.
Right. No security team, but the presence of family.
Yeah, he was with the mystery partner and an older couple who everyone believes are her parents.
Okay, let's focus on the partner for a second. The report said she was wearing denim jeans and a white cropped puffer.
Or, as some sources noted, a sleek Prada jacket.
Okay, let's unpack this. Why does the brand of jacket matter? Is that just like fashion fluff, or is there a signal there?
Oh, it matters. It matters because of what we can call the Prada archetype. If you look back, Ansel was the face of the L'Homme Prada fragrance campaign.
Right, back in 2016 and 2018.
Exactly. And Prada represents a very specific kind of luxury. It's not loud like Versace. It's not covered in logos. It's intellectual. It's understated.
So the partner being Prada-clad is a signal.
It's a huge signal. It tells us that even if she isn't famous, and we still don't know her name, which is a feat in itself in 2026, she fits. She fits into his elite aesthetic world.
She understands the assignment.
She understands the assignment. She signals insider status. She fits the visual language of his life.
Speaking of status, Bollywood Shades pointed out a diamond ring on her finger. So the internet immediately started screaming marriage.
Of course.
But I want to go back to the setting. Why the subway? He's a movie star. He has West Side Story money. He could have taken an Uber Black.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? This is what we call the subway metaphor. If you dig into his biography in Town and Country, you have to remember Ansel isn't just some Hollywood transplant. He is a native New Yorker.
Born and bred.
Exactly. Yeah. As a teen at LaGuardia High School, the fame school, he used to busk in the subways. He played piano and sang on the platforms to build confidence before he was famous.
I didn't realize he actually busked. I thought that was just, Hollywood lore.
Nope. It's fact. He was down there. So, returning to the subway now, as a father, it signals authenticity. It's a really potent PR move, whether it's conscious or not.
It's saying, I'm not some detached Hollywood elite. I'm a New Yorker raising my kid in the city on the train, just like you.
It closes the circle, it grounds him. It's him reclaiming his narrative from the celebrity machine and bringing it back to the pavement.
And having the older couple there, likely the in-laws, just reinforces that.
It suggests a tight-knit, multi-generational family unit. I mean, it looks like a perfect picture of domestic bliss. It's grounded, it's real, and it's very, very hard to criticize.
But, and there is always a but, when we talk about Ansel Elgort, to understand why this silence is so jarring, we have to look at the relationship he left behind. Because for a decade, silence was the last thing we got.
You're talking about the Violetta Komyshan era.
Violetta, they were the definition of high school sweethearts. Met at LaGuardia in 2011.
During lunch period. It was the classic meet cute.
And just think about the contrast in visibility. During the Violetta era, they were everywhere. Red carpets, the Met Gala, courtside at Knicks games.
And she starred in his music video for Thief, which was, well, let's just say it left very little to the imagination.
It was incredibly intimate. It felt like we were in the bedroom with them. It was steamy and stylized and just everywhere.
That whole era was defined by performative intimacy, but also by a very different philosophy on privacy. Do you remember that interview he gave to The Times in 2019?
Oh, the one about love. Refresh my memory on the phrasing, because I definitely remember the backlash.
He said he wanted to find a lot more love and explicitly stated that he and Violetta had an open relationship sexually, but that it was closed emotionally.
Oof, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It backfired pretty hard online. It just felt messy. Too much information.
It was a moment of extreme transparency, maybe too much. It was peak millennial oversharing.
Huh.
Now compare that to today. We don't even know the new baby's name.
We don't know the mother's name. We don't know when they met. It's a total 180.
It's like he looked at the data from the Violetta era and just decided to do the exact opposite.
So how did that chapter actually end? Because for a while, they seemed unbreakable.
The cracks started showing around 2022. Ansel was photographed kissing a mystery woman in Italy who was definitely not Violetta.
Right.
Then, in November 2022, Violetta confirmed the split to E! News.
And her quote was interesting, right? She didn't trash him.
No, she just said she was focusing on herself at age 26. It was a clean break.
So we go from Era 1, the Violetta era high publicity, interviews about his sex life, constant PDA, to Era 2, the fatherhood era confidential partner, no social media reveal.
Source-based confirmation only. The sources in that institutionalization of privacy report call it a zero-tolerance policy on commodifying his family life. It's a strategic retreat.
He learned the hard way that when you invite the public into your bedroom, you can't just kick them out when things get messy.
And that's not even the wildest part. The reason for this retreat isn't just a breakup. It's something much darker that threatened to end his career entirely. We have to talk about the storm that came before the silence.
If you're loving these Hollywood twists, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead.
But back to Ansel. You really can't tell the story of this baby without addressing the controversy that just derailed his momentum.
Right. The YouTube title is literally His Career Died. Which is harsh, but I mean, he did effectively vanish from the mainstream conversation.
He did. We need to unpack the allegations from 2020. A woman named Gabby alleged on Twitter that Ansel sexually assaulted her in 2014.
The timeline is important here. She stated she was 17 and he was 20 at the time.
Correct. That was the allegation. Now, it is crucial to note that Ansel denied the assault. He released a statement saying the relationship was brief, legal, and entirely consensual.
But he didn't just deny it and walk away. He did apologize for something specific.
He apologized for his behavior during the breakup. He admitted to ghosting her, cutting off communication. He framed it as an issue of immaturity, not a non-consensual encounter.
But in the court of public opinion, especially back in 2020, that nuance often gets lost. The damage to his image was immediate.
It was catastrophic for his whole teen heartthrob persona. The internet does not forget. And that is when the disappearing act began.
He just retreated from the public eye almost entirely. His appearances became so rare. No late-night shows, no SNL.
But here's what I find fascinating. He didn't stop working. A lot of people thought he was canceled, that he would never work again. But he didn't just disappear. He pivoted.
Exactly. And this pivot is what makes the fatherhood reveal so interesting. He moved away from being the teen heartthrob, the guy from The Fault in Our Stars, and toward what industry insiders call the prestige actor.
You mean projects like Tokyo Vice?
Tokyo Vice is the perfect example. He wasn't just an actor in it, he became an executive producer. He played journalist Jake Adelstein.
And he learned Japanese for the role. I mean, not just phonetically, he actually learned the language to a conversational level. That is a heavy lift.
It signals, I take the craft seriously. It's a way of saying, I'm not a celebrity anymore, I'm an actor.
Yes. And look at his upcoming projects. Dinner with Audrey, where he's playing Hubert de Givenchy, and Quadrophenia, rock ballet.
Ballet. That seems unexpected.
Is it? Or is it a return to his roots? We'll get to that. But the key takeaway here is he is moving from movie star to serious artist.
And here's the connection.
The new dad persona fits the serious adult rebranding perfectly. A teen idol in a scandal is messy. A serious prestige actor who's a dedicated father, that commands respect.
It grounds him. It makes him look stable. It completely counters the immature ghoster narrative.
Precisely. And that stability might not just be a PR move. If we look at the town and country profile on his family, we start to see this might actually be genetic.
Okay, this was the part of the research that actually surprised me. I knew his dad was a photographer, but I didn't realize the extent of the dynasty.
The Elgort-Holby lineage is fascinating. He comes from high art. His father is Arthur Elgort, one of the most famous Vogue photographers in history.
Which explains why he's so comfortable in front of a camera.
It's deeper than that. Ansel grew up as his father's muse. He was constantly being photographed. He knows the difference between the frame and real life because he's lived it. He knows how the sausage is made.
So he's not seduced by the camera because he's lived inside one since he was a toddler.
Exactly. And then you have his mother, Greta Barrett Holby. She's an opera director. She's the one who put him in ballet at the School of American Ballet at age 9.
So the discipline, the serious artist vibe that comes from her.
Discipline is in his DNA. But there's a story in his family tree that blew my mind. It's about his grandmother, Greta Hall Holby.
I got chills reading this part.
It puts everything into perspective. During World War II, his grandmother was in the Norwegian resistance.
And we aren't talking about something small. We are talking life and death.
She was involved in saving Jewish children from the Nazis by moving them into neutral Sweden, and she paid a heavy price for it. She was captured and imprisoned in a concentration camp.
That is heavy. That is real heroism. That isn't movie star brave. That is actual bravery.
It is, and if we connect this to that institutionalization of privacy report, it suggests that this family history, this legacy of courage and substance, might be playing a huge role in his current choices.
How so? Connect the dots for me.
Well, when you come from a line of people who faced real life and death stakes and parents who are at the top of the high art world, all the celebrity fluff, the red carpets, the Instagram likes, it probably feels trivial.
It feels cheap.
Exactly. So seeing him on the subway with his partner's parents protecting his child, that's maybe not just a photo op, that's him replicating that tight-knit, serious family unit he comes from.
It validates the subway metaphor. He's valuing the real over the performative.
And frankly, after the scandal in 2020, returning to substance was his only viable path forward. He couldn't go back to being the bubbly teen heartthrob. That avenue was closed.
He had to evolve, or he would disappear for real.
And that leads us to the big question. We've gone from a loud, tap-dancing teen busker to a global star in a massive scandal, and now to a quiet father on the subway in leather pants. It's quite an arc.
It's a classic Hollywood redemption story, but with a modern twist.
And the twist is the silence.
But is it real? Or is this the ultimate PR shield? That's what I keep asking myself.
That's the question. And it's the one you need to wrestle with.
I mean, think about it. If you want to bury a controversy, if you want people to stop talking about allegations from your past, what better image is there than a devoted dad with his newborn in a papoose?
It's unassailable.
You can't hate a baby.
It's true. Fatherhood offers a kind of moral redemption in the public eye. It signals maturity, responsibility. It creates a psychological barrier where attacking him feels like attacking a family man.
But at the same time, we have to consider the human element. People do grow up. He's 31 now.
That's fair. Maybe he just grew up. Maybe the trauma of the scandal forced him to grow up faster.
Or maybe it's both. Maybe the privacy is a shield, but the fatherhood is the engine for a genuine evolution.
Perhaps he looked at his grandmother's legacy, his parents' discipline, and decided that being a star just wasn't enough anymore. He wanted to be a person.
And that's the mystery we might never fully solve, because he isn't talking. And honestly, maybe that's the smartest move he's ever made.
In a world where everyone is screaming for attention, silence is the loudest statement you can make.
From the subway to the spotlight and back again. Ansel Elgort's story is a masterclass in how to disappear in plain sight.
And how to reinvent yourself without saying a single word.
You've been listening to StarScope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.
See you next time.